Hi everyone, I'm sorry that I haven't been on doing videos for a while, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am surviving. Excuse me. Um, and I figured I might as well share my story with you guys and hope that you guys are also recovering and everything else. So, it began on June 13th. I was doing a few lunchtime deliveries for Uber Eats, and I noticed that on my last delivery, I was feeling hot, and I was not feeling well. And I wasn't sure what I was coming down with, if it was a flu or whatever, so I was like, after that delivery, I had to clock out and go to the store and get some get some juice and popsicles and mac and cheese, whatever my stomach could handle to eat that night, and that day, and days to come. Then I noticed, excuse me. Then I noticed I was not getting any better by Wednesday the 15th. So I went to Walgreens to have a test done to see if it was COVID or not. The test that I took, I had to wait like 48 hours for the results. And then I ended up getting some more groceries at Walmart and some medicine and everything else to help cure me and everything. Now, I was feeling better last Friday, the 17th. And I even did a few deliveries for Uber Eats. However, I was wearing a mask when I was going to the restaurants and when I was delivering to the people, because I didn't want them to get sick either. And it was actually on my sixth and final delivery of that night that I got the email from Walgreens about the results, and it was actually positive for COVID. So I've been off work for a week until tonight, but I'm going to explain that later on. So basically, in the first few days, I was feeling tired, I was feeling hot, I kept coughing like crazy and had a runny nose, and I was trying to find a way to stay cool and stay rested and just relax, watch TV. I did sleep on my bed and all that. But the problem was, the first couple of nights, I had a hard time falling asleep at night. It seems like I was sleeping during the day. And that was not a good thing. You know, my voice wasn't as it should be. And I noticed that as well. One of my social groups that I get involved with every Tuesday night online, from California, they do like a game activity or activity time, and I went online to their activity time, and I noticed that my voice was not sounding right, and I was not feeling well to talk and everything else. So basically, most of the time, I had to use the chat feature and type in the answers and type in everything else most of the time. I did say a few of the answers that we were talking about, but other than that, it was kind of hard to deal with that. And this was before I was tested for COVID. And then Wednesday the 15th, I already said that I went to Walgreens and then went to Walmart, and I was still waiting for the results, and I was feeling okay on last Friday the 17th, and I was able to work a bit. But then when I got the test results, I was like, yeah, I might want to stay home. And I have been staying home for most of this past week. I did go out on Tuesday to get to get another COVID test, and it was still positive. And I also got some COVID at home tests that was sent to me. And I did one of those tests this afternoon, and I don't know if I was doing it right or whatever, but it came back negative for COVID. So I was like, that's enough. And I'm like, I was like, I want to go to work. So I was able to go to work. It's been 12 days. This is my 12th day feeling the COVID. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not fun. Because also, when I was dealing with the COVID, I was also dealing with like shortness of breath and all that. I was like, I needed to rest, and I'm glad I did. And I just don't know. I feel that all you need to do is just rest. Just stay home and relax. Try not to put any pressure on what you have. I know that when I first heard about this COVID over 2 years ago, I was like, what the heck is going on with this world? And I wasn't understanding what was going on, and I didn't really know what was going on. And then I found out about the COVID, and I lost my great uncle Ernie January of 2021 at the age of 97 because he came down with COVID. And then a month later, my Aunt Betty, my great Aunt Betty, she also had COVID and passed away from it. And she also had Alzheimer's as well. And she was like 93 years old when she passed away. My uncle was 97. And to have those two losses, my uncle was doing very well in health-wise and everything else. Like, he was living. And he could have made it to 100 if it wasn't for everything that happened with COVID. He would have made it to 100. And, I went to, people are going to say, oh, don't get the vaccine, or the vaccine doesn't work, or whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, the vaccine does work, because it helped me prevent even worse conditions than I have, or had. And having COVID is not a fun deal. Staying home, being isolated, it's not that fun. And telling people that you cannot go to the door, or you cannot talk with them unless it's on the telephone or whatever. Like, the face-to-face. It was hard to deal with that, not being able to see people face to face, saying hi and having a conversation, But I did get a warning. There was a warning issued when I was at the Special Olympics Games in Orlando back earlier this month. There was a case of COVID at the games, and that's why the teams wore masks when they went indoors in the stores and all that. I didn't have a mask with me at the time, so I was unable to do it. And plus, I was living here, and I was okay and everything. But then everything after the games were over. That's when I got sick. And I don't want to say that it was because of the games, because you could catch COVID from anywhere, actually. Whether it's at the Disney parks or at a regular park or at an apartment complex or grocery store, or doctor's office, hospital. There's a whole lot of places where you can get COVID and not just an isolated case of COVID. You know, I think I might still have it. Even though I did the test today, at home, and it came out negative, I don't know if I did the test right. So, I'm going to do it again tomorrow afternoon to make sure I'm okay. And if I'm okay, then I'll go back to work tomorrow too. As long as I'm okay, I should be fine. And, just wear your masks. If you're not feeling well, wear your mask no matter what. And I have been vaccinated and boosted. And I might need another booster shot. I don't know when I get that. But I do know that I made a deal last year that I would not travel up north for the summer for 7 weeks if I didn't get the vaccinations. And I did get the vaccinations, and then I was able to travel up north to see my family and friends and go camping a few times and go to places that I haven't been to in years and, just have a great time. And I did. When you make a deal, get a vaccination and make a deal to, have an ultimate goal of travel or go somewhere or do something, you should keep that honor. Because, last year I was able to travel at this time. I went to Cape Cod. And I went to Rhode Island. I went to Maine. I went to New Hampshire. I went to Vermont. And I was glad I was able to go. Because those places I haven't been to in years. And I was glad I was able to go. And the camping show was canceled back in that February. And I was like, I wanted to get up and see everyone. So. And I had all this time. And then I went out to Pennsylvania for a week, or 10 days actually, and then I went through West Virginia and Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and got to go in the Florida Panhandle and got to see the capital of Tallahassee and all that. I was happy that I was able to do that. I know that there's technology for this COVID, and I know that restrictions are loosening up, and after my road trip that I had last year, the 7-week one, I got a report that someone at the camping rally had COVID. So I was like, I gotta go get tested for that. And I was lucky that I did not have it, and it came back negative. So, and then when I went out west, I was lucky enough that I didn't catch it when I was in New Mexico or Texas or Louisiana or Mississippi or wherever else. I was glad I didn't catch it last October either. And that was the time where you had to wear masks on the airplanes. So, I hope that you guys do take COVID seriously. I know it's been over 2 years. And I know I just told you about my story and how I'm on day 12 of this nightmare. So, I hope that in the coming days, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to be better than ever and go back to work more and be able to do more activities and have fun in this world. You know, I wanted to travel this year too, and I had to cancel that because of the high gas prices and lack of sponsorship. And I'm hoping that I can travel next year instead. So, and if you have not gotten tested yet, please get tested. It's very important that you do, especially if you've been to an event that has large crowds of people, like the Special Olympics USA Games that were here in Orlando. So, and my thoughts and prayers are with everyone that also have COVID and are dealing with this battle. So I hope you guys have a great night, morning, afternoon, whatever. I just wanted to share my COVID story with you so that A, you're not alone, and B, get better, and hopefully my video can help you out. I know each COVID case is different, but if we all work together, we can get rid of this once and for all.